Today, we're going to take you on a whirlwind trip across our beautiful country of Canada. Yes, we are starting at mile zero on the easternmost point in St. John's, Newfoundland, and almost 8,000 kilometers later ending up on the other mile zero on the west coast in Victoria. Why are we doing this? Well, it's Toyota Canada's Kanreki. Now you're probably wondering, what the heck is a Kanreki and why is it important?
Kanreki in Japanese culture is your 60th birthday. And the significance of it is following the Chinese and Japanese zodiac. You've basically made 5 trips through the 12 years of the zodiac, and you return back to your birth year. And at that point in time, culturally, they would take a reflection on their lives, figure out where they've come from, where they are today, and then also take stock into where they're going to go.
All right, this is Jason. Say hi, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Jason writes for the Globe and Mail. Yes, that's a newspaper for, most people don't know what a newspaper is anymore, but that is a newspaper, and he does write some cool articles. Yeah, we're on the road again, and you know what? We've spent so much time in a lot of these vehicles that Toyota has featured here that we've learned a lot about each other. I've learned that you like Willie Nelson.
You weren't supposed to tell anybody that, but yeah.
Our country is so big. Like it just blows my mind sometimes that we have 4.5 time zones. It's wild, like, right?
It's nuts.
I text home earlier on, and people weren't even awake yet we had driven a few hundred kilometers. We saw a giant lobster. We went to Magnetic Hill. We've driven downhill. Now we put the vehicle in neutral Magnetic Hill. Yeah, let my foot off the brake, and look at this. We're rolling uphill. What? We had lunch.
Crossed a giant bridge.
We crossed the giant bridge, the longest bridge in the world, Confederation Bridge, by the way, which is 12.9 kilometers long. All before people have even woken up on the West Coast. So it's crazy. It's crazy. But on our leg, our wave, we are going to visit 4 different provinces: Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick, and Quebec. We're going to see a bit of everything. We're going to eat a lot of everything.
Yeah.
Not a bit. We're going to eat a lot of everything. Probably going to gain about 20 to 30 pounds, probably, because the food so far on the Maritimes, hey, if you like seafood and fish, one of the best chowders I've ever had. Last stop that we had, that was in Moncton, right?
Yep.
It was good.
It was great.
Lobster roll, you had a lobster roll for the first time?
Yeah.
Yeah? And?
Yeah.
I agree.
It's all right.
I had the same lobster roll, and it was more of a lobster salad in the bread. When someone else had a lobster roll today from a different restaurant, it was like poached in butter lobster. It looked better.
It did.
It did look better. But chowder today, off the charts. Scenery, of course, when you're in the Maritimes, Peggy's Cove, that was cool. We really enjoy that. But sure, Toyota Canada wants us to experience the nice scenery and the nice food and showcase almost all of their entire lineup on this cross-country tour, but they also want us to experience, kind of the roots of what Toyota Canada has in Canada. And hear lots of stories, and that includes stories from not just people that sell these cars, but the people that build the cars, or the people that drive the cars. It seems like everyone has a Toyota story. And we've been hearing and sharing lots of stories. Even the people that don't even have a Toyota, they have a story. They're like, well, I was in a Toyota Prius one time. I've got 3 short stories for you. Number 1, I had an 81 Toyota Tercel, was involved in a head-on collision. This was quite a few years back, and there was 3 of us in the vehicle. We all lived. One person shattered their ankle. That's about it. And that's a testament there, or it was lucky, I'm not sure. Second thing, one of my favorite cars I've ever owned was a 1986 and a half Toyota Supra with the Targa top. And funny enough, one of the stops that we made at a dealership, Acadia Toyota in New Brunswick, they actually had almost the exact car that I had. It was white, same burgundy interior, except this one was actually a stick shift. Mine was an auto. So yeah, it brought back a lot of memories. And that's what people have, lots of memories with Toyotas. And our last one, not so much of a story, but kind of a testament to the Toyota brand and the product, is our 2014 Highlander Hybrid. We bought new. It was about $47,000. These are the Canadian dollars, by the way. We drove it for over 7 years, and we sold it for about $36,000. So we lost $11,000 over the course of over 7 years, which is almost unheard of in the automotive industry. These things depreciate the moment you drive them off the lot, right? But yeah, it was all three different types of stories, but all with a positive ending to it. Other than I don't own that Supra anymore. I wish I did. Before you say, hey, whoa, Brian, this is just a big, huge Toyota love affair piece. But really, it is a celebration of not only a milestone anniversary, but a celebration of what Toyota Canada has contributed to not just our country, but beyond our Canadian borders. Did you know that Toyota Manufacturing Canada, or TMMC, last year built over 500,000 vehicles, making it one of the largest automotive manufacturing facilities in North America, with a huge economic impact for tens of thousands. This is almost a bucket list trip. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to Quebec?
I am.
Oui.
Oui. Ben oui. Yeah. We can keep going.
Well, we could drive all the way back to Vancouver. Now, if we were to drive all the way, because we're only doing, they have 6 waves, as I mentioned. We're only doing one, which is wave 2. I think it's the best one anyways. But if you were to drive the entire way, and you could only drive one Toyota, which one would it be?
Of these ones?
Well, in their lineup.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not a big SUV guy, but the Land Cruiser was fantastic.
Yeah. For me, it would be a toss-up between the Land Cruiser and I would like the Sienna for the space, because that second row is just so big. I'd be like, I'd have you drive, and I would just
that would be great.
Just pass out the back. Comfort-wise, though, I don't know. I think this is one of the most comfortable ones that in the lineup right now. It's really, really comfy. Supra, fun car to drive. We drove that, but kind of showing our age a little bit. It's like every time we got out of the vehicle, you would probably, if you actually were parked beside us, you would hear a couple moans or groans.
The 2 oldest guys alive.
2 old guys spilling out of a very low car. It was quite comical, actually. And it's bumpier, it's louder, for sure. I don't know if I'd want to do the entire route with the Supra. No. I would like to do it in the mountain passes when we got to BC. That'd be fun.
What I would say about Kanreki is it's that point where you have the opportunity to reflect and say, what do I want to do next? How far do I want to take this, and where do I get my joy? Where do I, look for those opportunities to do something bigger and better? And that's why at 60 in a company's life, just as at 60 in a person's life, it's a good time to say, all right, I have these values, I have this history, we've come a long way, but wow, there's a whole lot further we can go. And that's what our celebration's all about.
Going coast to coast across our vast nation is really so appropriate to share the different stories of how Toyota Canada has woven deep into the fabric of our country, our culture, our economy, our families, and really showcases not only the diversity of their vehicles, but of our country as a whole. I would have never imagined how one small company started 60 years ago would have such a large impact across our nation. And hearing the stories firsthand has truly humbled me and makes me proud to be not only Canadian, but thankful of companies like Toyota Canada that contribute so much more to our society than just their products. Happy 60th, Toyota.
Happy 60th, Toyota.
Happy 60th, Toyota!
Happy 60th, Toyota. Woo!